Do you know what makes Adriana Lima attractive? Welcome to another episode of Facial Aesthetics by PinkMirror.com. Adriana Lima's bizygomatic width to face height ratio stands at 1.09, which is considered large. In facial aesthetics, both average and larger ratios are often seen as the gold standard of beauty. The bizygomatic width to face height ratio measures the width of a person's face compared to its height. Research shows that this ratio plays a big role in determining facial attractiveness. Coetzee and colleagues also found that this ratio correlates with BMI, making it a reliable marker for facial aesthetics. When comparing celebrities, Shelley Duvall has a smaller ratio of 0.93. Jennifer Hudson has an average ratio of 1.01, and Kelly Osbourne matches Adriana with a large ratio of 1.09. Adriana's ratio sits right in that attractive large range. Adriana Lima's eye-mouth-eye angle is 52 degrees, hitting the sweet spot in facial aesthetics. In the world of facial aesthetics, moderate to wide angles are generally seen as more attractive. Research shows that this angle is usually larger in women, giving a more feminine and appealing look. Another research found that the average angle for women is around 50.16 degrees, which fits the idea of a feminine and attractive face. Frakowitz's study also backs up that wider angles are more appealing. When we compare celebrities, Amy Schumer has a sharper angle at 44 degrees, Stacey Keibler sits at a moderate 50 degrees, and Kendall Jenner has a wider angle at 53 degrees. With Adriana at 52 degrees, she's right in that attractive range, similar to Kendall Jenner. Adriana Lima's mouth width to nose width ratio is 1.6, putting her in the large category. In facial aesthetics, larger ratios are often seen as the most attractive by today's standards. Research found that the ideal ratio is around 1.64, where the mouth is noticeably wider than the nose. Bordouin and Tabagian also discovered that wider mouths are linked to higher attractiveness while narrower noses aren't as favoured. Another study backs this up, showing that a larger mouth-to-nose ratio gives a more feminine and appealing look. When we compare celebrities, Lisa Bonet has an average ratio of 1.38, Alexandra Daddario is close to Adriana with 1.61, and Miranda Cosgrove tops the scale with 1.87. Adriana's ratio fits well into that attractive large range right alongside Alexandra Daddario. Adriana Lima's nose width measures 32 IPD units, which is not her most flattering feature. In facial aesthetics, smaller nose width is generally seen as more attractive. Research shows that the average nose width for young women is around 30.5 millimeters, with another study suggesting 31.1 millimeters for women with above average faces. A study also found that noses less than 1/4 the width of the face are perceived as more beautiful. Another study shows that 64.8% of respondents prefer reduced nose proportions in women. When comparing celebrities, Letitia Wright has an average nose width of 41 IPD units, Rumor Willis hits the ideal with 30 units, and Molly Sims, like Adriana, has a slightly larger but still small width of 34 units. Adriana Lima's jaw angle measures 171 degrees, putting her in the very wide category. In facial aesthetics, sharper and more moderate jaw angles are usually seen as the most attractive by today's beauty standards. Research shows that jaw angles play a big role in how we perceive facial attractiveness. Studies found that the most appealing jaw angles for women are around 122.3 degrees. Another study suggests that narrower jaw angles are often considered more feminine, with the average for women being around 126 degrees. Looking at celebrities, Oli Cravalho has a wide jaw angle of 165 degrees, while Alex McCord's jaw angle is very wide at 175 degrees. Adriana falls into that very wide category, similar to Alex McCord. Let us know what you think. Which celebrity do you want to analyze next? Are you curious about your own facial aesthetics? Visit PinkMirror.com.